I straight up wasn't even thinking. I was just in flow.
So you were saying like the peacock, who is a lot more brighter, has bigger feathers, right? That peacock is a lot more susceptible to danger because they're putting themselves into the spotlight. They're putting themselves like in a position where they can be much more harmed. However, the woman sees that and sees that this is a person that can survive. And yeah, at the end of the day, this comes back to survival value. Um, a bad boy has more survival value than just a regular, ordinary guy.
Welcome to the Better Man Podcast with Ivan and Sumedh. This podcast is all about how to be an optimal, conscious male in today's society. Join Ivan and Sumedh as they go deep into the rabbit hole of personal growth, mindset, social dynamics, and spirituality. Are you ready to be a better man?
Affirmation of the day.
Boom.
The affirmation of the day is all we have is this moment. 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 All we have is this moment.
All you are is
Moment.
moment.
Excellent.
So soon, I want you to take it from here, bro. Everybody, welcome back to the motherfucking Better Man, motherfucking podcast with motherfucking Ivan and motherfucking Sumedh.
Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back, guys. We have a lot to talk about today, man. First of all, I went through the first level 1 of Spiral, which is a really freaking interesting program. And I unlocked a lot of guilt, shame, and dogma, bro. Guilt, shame, and dogma. Got rid of that. That's no more for me. I'm an ascended master now. I'm just playing. But it seriously, like, it really helped me tackle some of my cultural conditioning.
What were you conditioned to in the past? Like,
Oh man, I had this one thing where I was just like, it's not okay to have too much. And I was like, why is that in my subconscious? But apparently it was like deep down, it was like 1 year old self where I came into the world and I was asked to like my mom told me this when I came into the world, like babies in India, right? They have to grab different objects to see like what they'll do in the future or whatever, right? And basically I grabbed money and I grabbed a pen, which is really interesting because I love words, right?
that's why you're a rapper.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, there was a lot of synchronicity there, man. Like we were talking about like how a tiger doesn't need to, you know, be like, am I being a tiger today? It just shows up, right? It's just like, let's see, it's go time. It doesn't question himself.
Yeah.
So that was a powerful moment in there. And then she also told me to create my own framework for relationships, which was quite interesting because a lot of the conscious, conscious relationship talk, it's like twin flame, this thing, that thing. It's like too much. And so when she's told me just come up with your own guidelines for this thing. Like nobody is going to have a relationship quite like your very own, right? So just make your own framework first. And I think that was a really important activity. I still have to delve into that, but yeah. The root chakra was cleared.
You know, it was in your root. This thinking, this pain, this fear of disconnection. Right?
Yeah.
We're so attached to what we have. We're so comfortable. You know, it's not a bad thing. Comfort can be a good thing. Comfort can be a bad thing, and comfort can both can exist in different people at the same time. Right? So
Yeah.
um,
And it's like a layer cake, man. It's like there's a lot of stuff underneath the cake that we just miss out on. And once you tap into that, it's like, whoa, like I didn't even expect this, to come up. But once you really once you breathe into your root, a lot of interesting things happen if you clear it. Like it almost feels like a magnet that's like a weak magnet, but now it's become stronger. And it's like slowly uncoiling. But yeah, let's talk about relationships today because I think that's quite an important topic.
do I sound better like this? Do I sound
Yeah,
better? I sound better.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, thank you, thank you.
Why is it? Because you got a mic or what?
I'm using a microphone. I'm using a microphone. Yeah. Does this sound better? How
Yeah,
good?
that sounds way better actually. Do you want to make it louder?
I'm gonna get closer to it.
Okay.
Actually, I can just pull it some.
Yeah, pull it towards. Hey.
It's fucking connection mode.
Better Man Podcast, leveling up.
So I just wanted to talk about how the bad boy and the good girl, right?
Yeah, we got a question on this actually from someone in the Better Man Podcast Instagram group. Shout out to you. I believe your name is Enchantress. I don't know what your real name is, but yeah.
Enchantress, everybody, send Enchantress some love, some positive vibes.
Yes, indeed.
Deserves it.
Yes.
She's an OG. She's an OG motherfucking Instagram and podcast fan. We appreciate people that appreciate what we're doing here. That's what I just have to say. We appreciate the people that appreciate us.
That's awesome. Bro, like an airplane just went over my apartment as you said that. Maybe it's about to take flight.
Feng shui. That's some feng shui.
Feng
Manifest.
shui. Yeah.
Is that motherfucking feng shui?
Yeah, this topic is a very confusing one for a lot of people, I think. Because
Really?
yeah, I think so.
Bro.
What about you? What do you think about this topic?
No comment. No comment. Welcome to ASMR.
Man.
Yo, this place is fun as fuck, bro. This place is
Which place?
what we're doing right now.
Hold on, my mom's telling me something. What? What are you saying?
She said she loves you, man. Tell her you love her back. Tell her you love her back.
I love you too.
Yo, tell your mom that she was the best Indian mom that I could ever want.
Ivan says,
From me, yeah.
Ivan says you're the best Indian mom that Ivan could have. Alrighty. All right, awesome. So, bad boy, nice guy. Okay, so I think for me, we got to go into the etymologies of this thing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the word nice in medieval cultures.
My God, we're gonna fucking go there. We're really gonna go there, though. We're really gonna go there.
So the word nice in medieval times is the word stupid. That's what it means. And that's really interesting to note how that word evolved into meaning kind or meaning compassionate or to mean, just generally a good person. And I think it definitely can mean that, but there's this layer of like
You gotta
superficiality.
like you should be nice because you want to be nice, right? And so many people are just conditioned to be nice out of fear,
Yeah.
right? I made a video today. I swear I need to come up with a badass fucking title for this. Maybe put a little bit of animation in there, something fun.
Mm.
Because this is what I said. We are conditioned to not like failure. We are punished. If you were punished for failing, low grades, or it could be social punishment from people in your own class, right? For failing, for tripping, maybe you tripped, social punishment, right? Well, maybe you misbehave, you get fucking, just smacked around real hard, just physically dragged around, like
Yeah.
just like a punching bag. You became a punching bag for somebody's emotions, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's purely conditioned.
You became a punching bag for somebody's emotions, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, because we don't celebrate we don't celebrate the negative. We only celebrate the positive. And if we're taught that as a child, then there's this fluctuation within our emotions and our mood. Like, oh, you didn't do well. Okay, that's fine. But like, you should still learn from it and celebrate it and pat yourself on the back and give yourself a reference experience, Because failure is not an identity, it's an event.
Yeah, it's so true. Detaching yourself. You are not your memories. You are not your memories. You are not your experiences. You are not your past. You are not your future. You are not your thoughts.
All we have is this moment. Bringing the
Look,
affirmation.
the best way that I can put it is this way: that you are the awareness, aware of what is happening. You're just aware of it happening. You're the awareness, right? And you know how I can prove this to everyone with 100% certainty? Because whenever we talk to people about something that we have in our mind, we start to connect our ideas. We start to connect ideas in our brains, right? Circuitry starts moving. We just connect those ideas deeper into ourselves. Right? And you ever teach yourself something? You teach yourself something as you said it.
Yeah, all the time.
You taught yourself something. You knew it. You said it. It was you. But what happened? You also taught yourself.
Yeah.
That's new information.
Yeah. Neurons fired at that very moment. And it's just like, whoa, this is a new formation. Yeah, totally. I think that we teach best what we most need to learn, but through teaching, we're reinforced with the learnings that we already know. And so what tends to happen is like a lot of the knowledge gets sort of whoosh, like they start to find new connections and they come together more. So it's never like we stop learning. It's just, it becomes clearer over time because we see the patterns, right? Yeah, it's super interesting
You
how
know,
that happens.
people. You know how people are aware, but they're aware that they're not aware, right?
Mm,
That's one of the stages. That's one of the first stages of change, right? When you realize that you're aware that you're not aware, right? So
totally.
it's
Yeah.
a level of awareness. Yeah, right?
Yeah,
But
it's weird because then only then can we let it go, right? If we're aware that we're aware. Because if we're not aware that we're not aware, right? How can you take power over
it's a
that?
step.
You
It's a
can't.
step,
It's
bro.
unconscious.
It's a step. Cycles, they move in steps. Steps
You
are
know?
like landmarks, right? And the woman's body, it moves in seasons. It has its own seasons, guys. It's called a
Mm.
period. The woman is moved so much more by the moon. So much. You're fucking 90% water, like 70% water, 79%. That's a big ass percentage, right? The moon pools the ocean. You're fucking at ocean level, bro. You know?
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Dude. So we actually haven't even been talking about the question.
Yeah. So yeah, do guys just like good girls, or do good guys just like bad girls, or do bad girls like not a good guys? Or so this whole concept of bad boy, good girl, bad girl, right? Is just different parts of ourselves. Like that's how I see it. It's just like two polarities within ourselves. Because I think everybody has a good side to them
Uh-huh.
and a bad side to them.
Of
It's
course.
just you can lean on one much more. So
And we can also say that good and bad are just in their own lane, right? And then there's another lane. So there's like one whole entire universe with a bunch of other little universe of thoughts, right? Where the main idea, the first building blocks, like the base that hold up that whole building of ideas, that one tends to be different. See, look, I get so fucking riled up in my own ideas, and I'm losing flow. Like I'm going into flow and I'm losing myself. But so what was I talking about?
you're talking about like in another universe how
Good and bad, good and
um
bad, good and bad. Because good and bad is subjective. Subjective is what we call a world that's good and bad, right? But we also live, the good and the bad lives inside the world, right? It's a smaller universe inside of a bigger universe. The universe that is swallowing it, moving that universe around.
yeah,
There's
it's
no good
still
and
in
bad. There is no good and bad. There is no good and bad in that universe. It just is. It just is.
yeah, because like in when you're in non-duality or states of non-duality, you sense that oneness, right? You're like, yeah, I'm good and I'm bad. I'm both, you know. But in those states where you're like trying to categorize it, when you're trying to analyze it using your human mind and see the logic and structure and steps, you don't really see that because it's a feeling, right? It's something that's beyond. So it's really tough to categorize at times. I totally get that. But yeah, let's talk about this idea of how yeah, women like bad boys when they're younger and then when they grow older, like
They still want the bad boy. They want the bad boy the whole life. The whole fucking life, they want the bad boy.
yeah. And when we say bad boy, we don't necessarily mean like a bad person, right? Because it's an archetype.
Bad
It's
against what is a nice person, right? What's an okay person, right? Okay, that's like average. Let's use the word average. That's a good one here, right? Average
mhm,
means most. That means most by nature when you look at the chart what's average, that's what sells the most, right? Makes the most money. More people are average, right? So that's what we call sheep. So it doesn't mean the sheep is just an idea. It's not like one specific level of vibration. It's just it continues to change. The sheep are just followers. Followers.
Yeah, totally.
Um,
And yeah, I guess the bad boy is sort of like the rebel, or like the person who sort of goes against that sheep mentality, the herd mentality.
the black sheep they call it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the girls love bad boys because they survive in a world where what that is against it. The peacock, the peacock with the brightest and biggest feathers is more likely to die, right? Yet he survives. He survives, right? So the female peacock, she's like, you know what? I like those feathers, and he survives because he's still alive, right? Other peacocks, they die. This guy, he's
Mm,
still alive, right?
yeah. And a lot of it is genes,
Did you
right?
get
Gene
that? Did you
expression.
get that? Did you get that? Like, to be honest with me, can you like repeat any of what I said back to you? Like, I feel like maybe
Yeah.
I just went. I wasn't even thinking, dude. I straight up wasn't even thinking. I was just in flow.
So you were saying like the peacock, who is a lot more brighter, has bigger feathers, right? That peacock is a lot more susceptible to danger because they're putting themselves into the spotlight. They're putting themselves like in a position where they can be much more harmed. However, the woman sees that and sees that this is a person that can survive. And yeah, at the end of the day, this comes back to survival value. Um, a bad boy has more survival value than just a regular, ordinary guy. So yeah, also when we're saying bad boy, right, it's not like you're pretending to be a bad boy
Look,
either, right?
what are some examples? Like let's just start. What's some examples of our lives? Like Las Vegas shit. Like, so what's a bad boy? It's someone who fucking takes what they want, right?
Yeah.
There's good bad boys and there's bad boys, right?
Ooh, talk to them about that. That's interesting.
Okay. So you could say Elon Musk is the bad boy of business, right? Because shit, bro. Honestly, I'm not liking these speakers.
Really, you think Elon Musk is a bad boy? I wouldn't say so. But maybe in business world, yeah.
Because he just does whatever the fuck he wants.
Right.
Jeff,
Yeah,
dude,
that's true.
he's aiming to the fucking moon, Mars, dude. He has his
Yeah.
own rockets, bro.
Yeah.
He has his own fucking rockets.
Yeah, he has like
Cars,
flamethrowers.
his company's worth more than, dude. This guy, he's fucking unstoppable. This guy's huge. No, this guy, dude, Elon Musk. There's never been someone in the entire world like Elon Musk. Maybe they existed back in the day, but they didn't strive. It wasn't that moment. Right now, it's that moment.
Yeah, man. Have you ever been inside of a Tesla?
I've seen a lot of Teslas around Austin, but now,
Yeah, they sometimes have them in the Tesla lots, like where you can just sit in there and like try it out and stuff. So it's just a different kind of feeling that I've been in. I've been inside different cars, but that car specifically feels like it has its own vibration, which is very interesting.
it's much higher. It's much higher.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
very.
it feels almost futuristic to get into it. But yeah, an example of a bad boy. Hmm.
Look, also, bad boy, he has to know how to fight. You're not a bad boy unless you know how to fight. That's just like if you can fucking defend yourself. you're a fucking bad boy. Like you're just automatically, on a fucking automatically sexy, sexy as fuck, right? That's why since I was little, I was sexy as fucking hell. Cause you gotta fucking be a motherfucking killer to survive in this fucking world.
Do you think it needs to be physical?
Well, I don't think you need to kill anybody. I mean, in a sort of like hunting down your your lower self and eating your
Mm.
lower self, engulfing it, lifting it up, right? There's a new level that takes on and burns the other one.
Right.
So
Bad boys for life. Dun,
there's
dun,
so many
dun,
bad
dun,
haircuts
dun,
as
dun.
well. That's the thing. We can talk about it culturally. Culturally, the bad boy, there's certain specific haircuts, right? And there's certain haircuts that are always gonna be sexy no matter what the fucking time, right?
Mm.
Short hair, comb to the side, comb to the back. That stuff is always sexy. That's never going away. It's always been sexy. It'll forever be sexy, right? With like a few hairs, like one hair coming down like this, right? That's sexy too, right? That's sexy too. Like when you've
Yeah.
been sweating a little, because it looks like you've been sweating, right? And there's something hot about that. There's something hot about that, right? Being fit, sweating, there's something fucking sexy, right? You know why? Because our biology, our cells, they know. They fucking know. Not even you, your body, the thing that makes up your body, not the food, the cells that are the fucking bacteria controlling your whole system.
Your bacteria, no, bro. That's wild. Yeah, I think that. Do you think that it's something that people can learn how to be a bad boy? You think it's learnable?
Of course, of course. So basically, you gotta stop being angry because secretly, nice guys are angry as fuck. Fuck.
Mm,
As fuck. As fuck. Nice guys
yeah.
are fucking secretly pissed as hell.
Yeah, and it's a passive aggressiveness, right? So it's like they won't express it. They'll just sort of bubble it inside and it'll mess them up psychologically, spiritually, emotionally, all sorts of ways.
So they're nice because they think that's the way to get what I want.
Yeah.
We have to know that everything that we do is a strategy to get something that we want. Every single thing that you want, I'm gonna say it again. Every single thing that you want, every single, every single, every single,
Hey,
single what? Every single what? Every single what? I don't
every
even.
single thing that you want, every single thing that you need. Every
Nah, bro, what was I talking about? I got so
You're
lost.
talking about you're talking about every single thing that you want. So you were saying everything is a strategy, right? Like every single thing
Oh
is
yeah,
just a strategy.
yeah. Everything you
Yeah.
do is a strategy to get what you want. So they call it self-sabotage, right? It's
Yeah.
self-sabotage against your higher self, but against like, your ego, right? Because your ego is the one the middle part between your lower self and your higher self, right? It makes the decision based on all your whole spectrumness, your whole
Mm.
spectrumness, your different parts of you in different levels, or maybe they're in the same level as well, slightly different, or same vibration but different branch, right?
Yeah, different
Mhm.
branch. Mm. So how can people learn how to be a bad boy, do you think?
Learn how to fucking fight. Learn how to fight. Learn how to fight, right? I've loved fighting since I was a kid. Since I was a fucking kid, dude. I had punching bag. Dude, I had a fucking workout machine.
Imagine you like a scrappy kid, just like
So
ah.
one
Oh,
Christmas, I got a fucking weights and a lifting belt for Christmas, right? And my sister got an MP3, right? And that's just kind of how life was. It's like, yo, all right, toughen up. We got you some weights. Dude, I was a kid, bro. I was a fucking kid. I'm telling you, my life was just fucking created to know the body from such a young age. It just happened to be like that. It just happened to be like, yo, here, some weights, right? And somebody the other day, they told me like, yo, that sucks. But I was like, no, like that shit's what built me. I've been going at it since I was young. I've been going at it like I want it. I want it. I want it. I'm doing something about it. Like since I was a youngin, I was a youngin doing some youngin shit.
So what you mentioned something about like the good bad boy and the bad boy. What is the main differentiation? What's the main kind of if you were to
the bad boy is not gonna take care of you emotionally, and the good bad boy is gonna take care of you emotionally. Because there are girls out there that get fucking their ass beat, right? But they think that they're gonna change that man. They think they're gonna change that man, right? So they're out there trying to be mommies, right? And these guys, they're trying to like seduce someone that's hard to get seduced, right? And really, they're just like they just want to toot it and boot it, but they love it for the chase, right? They love it for the chase, right? So then, like, they don't fucking give a shit about these girls, right? Emotionally, because they're just using them, right?
Yeah.
These girls, they want to be used in that specific way because that's how they find value for themselves.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, do you think that there's a certain kind of like attraction towards the good girl as well? Because I definitely feel that like for bad boys, like, you know, you like the fact that she's bad for you. And
for men, it's something that has to be trained, right? There has to be a structure for it. Because
framework.
We fit into structures. So since we're kids, we're always trying to fit into the structure of the world. We think about the world mechanically, in parts and boxes and Tetris, whatever you want to fucking call it, right? The feminine, no fucking boundaries. There's no, when I say no fucking boundaries, my girlfriend will fucking say shit like, she'll send me pictures like, she's like, babe, I want a koala. And then one day she's like, babe, I want a doggy. And then she's like, a cat. And then she's like, it's really awesome. It's really fucking awesome. She's like, she just starts thinking wider and bigger. And she's like, I love big cats. I want to get some fucking jaguars, right? Get some fucking tigers, get some fucking lions. And then, you know, and she just started saying shit like that, right? And for me, I started being like, and she tells me this as well. She's like, yo, I want to get coconuts. I want to have a coconut. I just want to fucking like sip, chill at the beach and eat coconuts, drink coconuts. And I was like, yo, I like it. It's balanced. It's fucking balanced. So I was like, you know what? I start thinking mechanically because of her unbounded. I start fixing myself into that right. I'm like, she's like a container almost when it comes to the feminine, where the masculine begins to understand what it is. Right.
Ooh, damn. Yeah, because people have heard of the opposite, right? Like the male being the container, so the feminine can do its thing. But yeah, dude, I totally get that. Like the feminine can so easily be a container too, so the masculine can explore that.
You understand it.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. That's wild. Okay, so for a quote-unquote nice guy who's a people pleaser and like passive aggressive and all these traits that nobody really wants to have, what are a few ways that they can like
because I'm a nice guy. I'm a real fucking nice ass person. Like, so you're my fucking best friend. Tell the fucking people, bro. Like, give them a review of me. What have I done? What do I do with people?
but like I wouldn't say it's a nice guy. I would say you're a good guy. You know what I mean? Like, because nice has this attribute in terms of like, oh, he's just a
Yeah, but
nice guy.
that's culturally.
That's culturally, yeah, for
You know what I
sure.
mean?
But yeah, that's what we have this term here in Bengali called bhalo manush, which just means nice guy. You know, he's a nice guy. He's genuinely good to people, and he's a nice. But then there's no like polarity, personality, you know, on top of that. But you have that, right? So you have a niceness and a goodness, but then you also have the polarity and personality of a bad boy. So that's what like
Polarity.
sets it
Polarity.
apart.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have seen you being really nice to people. Like, you know, you will say hi to everybody, right? Like when you enter a room, you just shake everybody's hand and you leave that lasting impression. And that's, you know, it's polite, it's kindness, it's connection. So at the same time, if somebody was putting you in a situation where it was, let's say, confrontational, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, you would pull up your boundaries in that moment.
Yeah. Yeah. My boundary is always shifting according to what's happening around me. Some water. You gotta move like water. That's why I'm so happy that I started taking these classes. These motherfucking
Jiu-jitsu or no, wait, it was jiu-jitsu, right?
yeah, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Because the way you win in Brazilian jiu-jitsu is you have to like be water like
Yeah, adaptable, flexible, yeah.
look
Like whatever comes your way.
basically the head guy, the black belt, super old guy, been doing it most of his life, and he's like, all right, so this guy, let's say we basically just he grabs my knee and he has me in this lock, right? And he's like, so what I do instead of fighting it, I just go to his hand, right? And then I move his hand that's grabbing my pant leg, right? So then I grab it and then I pull it, and then he's like, and I switch, and then I just lay down flat with my arms around him, and he can't even get up, right? He's like he can use as much force as he wants to try. He won't be able to get up, and you just gotta stay flat, right? You're not even doing a whole lot. You gotta move like crazy. So I'm excited for that.
That's really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if there are any like jiu-jitsu gyms here. I'm sure there are. I really wanted to try this thing. It's called Animal Flow. And yeah, because you know, getting in touch with your primal side is one of the attributes that really strengthens that bad boy archetype.
Yeah. That's exactly it. The fucking animal.
Yeah.
Right. Women actually also want to see themselves as like being able to tame these beasts.
Beastmaster.
Right?
Yeah.
But she should know that at any moment that beast can bite. That beast can attack.
Yeah.
And it's a beast. Right? She loves being around that fucking bad boy because it's dangerous. She likes that motherfucking dangerous life.
Yeah, it's exciting, it's thrilling.
Because
then after a while,
it's not safe. You know why it's not safe though? Do you know why it's not safe? Because it's outside of the average. What sells the most? What makes the most money? Average people are the cause of the average people buy those average products, and the average is it's not a bad thing. It's just what's mostly done. So being anywhere outside of that, it's dangerous. Too high, too low. Too high, too low is dangerous. Right?
Mm. Do you think that like older women or like older guys, even older gentlemen, they have a different approach to whether they want a bad boy or a good boy or a good girl or a bad girl? Because I feel like age refines a person into being much more solid in their choices. Or I've noticed at least older people are much more, I don't
Okay.
know if stubborn is the right word, but like they get very fixated on a specific type or
Martin Luther
after.
King. Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King. You know him?
That's the last person I feel like you're gonna mention. Okay,
You know
go
Martin,
ahead.
do you know him?
Yeah, not I mean not personally, but
You know about him. You know about him, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that guy's a fucking bad boy. Because that shit that he was doing was dangerous. It ended up
Oh,
getting him killed.
damn. In that same sense, you could say Gandhi was a bad boy because he got assassinated. But yeah,
Andy was a motherfucking bad boy.
yeah, bro. That's wild.
He
That's wild.
was. He was.
Cause oh my gosh, I got something, bro. So
Mhm.
you know how they say this idea of like domination, right? But these men, they were dominating with love.
Yep, 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 yep. That's what the woman needs to. She needs to feel safe. First of all, she needs to
Yes.
feel safe with you. She needs to feel safe with you. That's not. There's no exception there. Never, never, ever, never, ever, ever will a woman say, "I don't feel safe with you, and I want to spend time with you." Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. How do men establish that safety within their woman? Like how can they
They need to know her.
put
They need to know her mind before they try to know her body.
mm,
So, which also varies from situation to situation. All right, we could say at the club where you're thinking about sex more often, you do more direct in the club, right? Except, except, right? Maybe the girl, she doesn't want you. She's taken. She's not gonna go fucking talk to anybody,
mm,
right? So it's not, if you try to go up to somebody like that, they're gonna say no, right? But still, more direct is the way to go, right?
mm,
If you're in a fucking group that you just met, if you're just in a group that you just met and you're gonna spend a lot of time with these people, direct is not the way to go.
yeah. Because that immediately puts like almost a little bit of a risk or a threat to the tribe, right? Yeah.
You don't know who's who. You don't know
Yeah.
where's the where's their hierarchy,
Yeah.
right? So you don't want to go in there and try to be the fucking boss of that hierarchy. Just like you're gonna get fucking kicked down by every single one of those people, right? Because to them, you're nobody. They don't know you yet, right?
Yeah.
So by getting to know people, then you move up in the hierarchy just by fucking knowing people, right? And
Yeah.
if you get to know them nicely, then and they're good, they'll bring you up with you.
Yeah. That's interesting. You know, I was having a conversation with my cousins, all females, um, and they were talking about how there's certain nerdy guys who, after a while, they grow on you in terms of their like personality or their kind of charm or whatever. Like initially, maybe looks wise, they're not the best. Like, and one of my cousins said that cuteness and smartness don't intermingle. Like they just don't go together. And I said, I don't think that's true. Maybe that's just your experience of men. So what tends to happen is a lot of people, they have this idea of men based on their own experiences, right? It's like what they've experienced, they now know that is all men or their reality of men. So anything outside of that norm or anything they get sort of newly introduced into, it confronts their identity, or it confronts their ideas around this thing. And we've had plenty of guys on this podcast who are, bad boy, but also good boys inside, like Steph Stefandos and Charles Clay and, all these people. And if you really like break it down, I think it's important to recognize that the growing on you part is the building trust part. It's the getting to know them part, right? Because we can't love someone or like someone that we don't even know. Similarly, we can't like ourselves if we don't know ourselves, right?
But we can love someone without even knowing them.
Yeah. That's so interesting. That's why I feel like for relationships, you shouldn't only seek that feeling that you get from them, but also are they willing to support your path and growth?
Yeah. They need to. They need to.
Hmm.
They need to. So many people are together just for the chemistry.
Yeah.
Because your body, right? But not your soul. It's not a goddamn soul connection, man.
They're not eye candy. They're soul candy. They gotta be soul candy, baby.
They have to be soul candy first before they can be. Before, like, you gotta fucking want something from. Like, you both people, like, you in your mind, you're like, we both benefit a lot. We both benefit a lot from being around each other. That's it. That's it. Period. Girl.
This talk is really helping me to clarify my rules of engagement, like how I want to frame my relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
How are you gonna do it?
I'm basically good.
But I have to go soon, by the way. But I want you to.
Yeah. So basically, I'm gonna write out my beliefs about relationships, and then I'm gonna let go of the ones that aren't gonna bring me a proper outcome or ideas that are holding me back, and then I'm gonna replace them with ideas of like, what do I want to, what do I want to implement? So you have a lot to think about, but now I'm thinking about archetypes specifically. Like, if I were to attract a specific archetype of woman into my life, I would have to play the male version of that, right? Or be able to.
You know why? You know why we have to do that? You know why we have to do that? I fucking barely even realized.
What? Why?
It's the same reason we have to have names, right? Because having names for like what's your name? Sumedh, Ivan. It's fucking made up words. You're just making. What's a word? Just a fucking sound that you're making with your throat and your lips. That's fucking it, man.
Yeah.
So you're speaking gibberish. You're speaking nothing. You're really just making fucking that, but we understand what it means. We just assigned it something. We put it inside a framework.
Yes.
Right? We put it inside a framework.
Man, that's beautiful. And the male mind loves that, to put things into frameworks, because then it's like, now it's so clear. Yeah.
But we need that. We need that shit.
We need that for sure. Yeah.
Eating food, drinking water. These are frameworks of life.
Bro, what is a man without framework? Just because you have a dick doesn't make you a man. You got to have discipline, framework, structure. Like,
Sumedh, this podcast was for Sumedh, guys. And me too. And you. And everybody.
Everybody, man. If you guys resonate with this,
if you fucking, if you love them, the way I love Sumedh, in a slightly brotherly way,
slightly,
because it's more than a fucking brother, right? Sumedh.
Mm-hmm.
And I chose to come together and meet up and get ready for this motherfucking ascension.
Let's get it.
So
Ascend with
screenshot,
us.
yo, send a fucking screenshot of this and tag us on Instagram, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Show us you love us. If
Do
you
it.
fucking love us, that's my love language, all right? That's my love language.
Words of affirmation or what?
Words of affirmation.
Same, brother. Same. Yeah, I love to hear it. I love to hear it. When you guys love us, we love to hear it. Yeah, write us a review as well.
Dude, watch. If every girl hears this, they're gonna be able to fuck you way better. They're gonna be able to fuck you way better. Watch. But you need. We need to teach them. And they need to hear this. Everybody needs to fucking hear this. So look, I completely forgot what it is.
Bruh. You can't keep them hanging like that.
What was I talking about before that?
Words of affirmation.
Okay. Yeah. Words of affirmation. If you tell a girl while you're having sex, yo, give me words of affirmation. Like like say nice things about me, say good things about me. Right? Like nurture me, baby, nurture me. Right? You gotta give the person what their version of love is. Because what you need as your love, it's different. And sometimes in relationships, you're gonna need to give a different level of love. It's a different energetic level. It's up, it's down. It doesn't mean it's good or bad. It's just up or down. You got to deal with it in through different masks, and that's why we need to enter the masks, right? In order to be able to become who we need to become for that person right now, in order to give them the love that they need.
Yeah, the experience of that. Yeah.
Not what you think they want, but what they need.
Yeah. And if you listen, if you're a good listener, that just becomes a lot easier.
Yeah, exactly. Be able to listen. Be able to listen.
Verbal Vinyasa coming soon this month, guys. I hope you're gonna cop that, because that it's the art of fluid communication. I used to be a terrible communicator. Okay, I taught myself how to do this thing. Right, I taught myself English. I freaking traveled around the world. Look, if you want this product, it's only $97. Okay, it's a steal. Okay, it's 7 hours of content. 7 hours of content. Okay, so
Actionable.
actionable, exactly. And there's
With
quizzes.
theory,
There's quizzes.
theory, guys. Yeah, we gotta mention it. It's got a lot of theory in there too, because you do fucking both. Some people just give you the theory. Some people just give you the action, right?
Yeah.
You fucking both. And Sumedh blends that shit like he's a fucking blender.
Yeah, man. And this is how the course is split up. First is self-talk mastery. How are you talking to yourself? Second part, activated listening. How are you listening to others?
Bro, we need to coach people together, dude.
Yeah.
We need to coach
we do. We need a product for sure. Yeah, it's coming. And the last one is the art of communication and verbal vinyasa itself. So that last part is purely practical stuff you can use. Yeah. 3 modules. Let's get it.
Wow. I love them. I love these people. Thank you, people. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening, guys. I just want to say, if you want to, yeah, I'm not fucking famous as hell. Yeah, I'm not the super fucking authority. Yeah, I fucking say a bunch of inappropriate shit all the fucking time. I'm not the fucking definition of what that is I'm trying to be, right? You know what? I love myself and I love expressing myself. And you don't have to fit in order to be what you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to fit in the world. Create your own world. Create an industry around you. Create an industry around you.
Get those frameworks, guys. Create it yourself.
And create it big. And create it big.
For sure.
Because purpose is just you giving yourself to the world more. your fucking value that exists. You're just giving it more to the world.
Yeah.
That's what purpose is. Mm.
We love you guys.
This is gonna be way bigger than you guys could ever anticipate. If you're following me by the time, look, guys, you're about to see a rapid transformation. It's about to get unstoppable. It's about to get unstoppable.
The image I have in my mind is Launchpad.
It's gonna be
Launchpad.
extreme. There's gonna be there's gonna be a lot more hate at me, but there's also gonna be a lot more love at me.
That just comes with the progress and the success, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a part of the polarity.
Bad boy, everybody.
Yeah.
About to be bad boy.
Stay bad. Stay good. We love y'all.
Goodbye. Yeah, goodbye from the Better Man podcast. Odd Resilience is my elbow's name.
My elbow's name is Flowzone Academy.
No, it's not, son. Fucking lying to them, bro. That's fucking disgusting, dude. I'm ashamed of you. How could you say something like that? Oh my gosh. He's got a clitoris on his elbow. Not gonna lie, I'd fucking try to lick my elbow if I had a clitoris on my elbow.
No, bro. Both of them. They're clitorati. It's like paparazzi, but for clitoris.
I have to go now. We're cutting that out.
All right, man. I'll see you later, and I'll see these guys later.
Bye.
Peace.
If you would like to contact Sumedh for peak performance coaching, go to @FlowZone Academy on Instagram. That's FLOZONE Academy. If you would like to connect to your higher self, contact Ivan at odd.resilience. That's ODD.resilience. Also, make sure you follow the Better Man podcast on Instagram. See you next time.